Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we are from group 1 and today we're going to continue the presentation. So we're going to talk about culture. So first is, but before let me introduce myself. My name is Ira Megawati. I will be the first speaker and the next of me, Budiman Yusuf, will be the second speaker and the third speaker will be Nikade Weni Prayani and the fourth speaker will be Muhammad Sayuti, and the last speaker will be Nurul Dian Farhaini. So let's get started with the first speaker.
So here I'm the first speaker. I want to explain you what is the sentence for English to Bimali. For the example of the sentence, Gendang Bele is one of the most popular traditional dance from Lombok. It is named so because its dancers play with a big bele or drum. And we have many difficulty. Difficulty is finding translation of word or sentence originating from the cultural target language in the sentence. We use two techniques. The first one is adaptation. Cause bele is one of the traditional in Lombok, so it does not have to be interpreted in Indonesia. And the second one is amplification technique. It's a translation technique by adding a title extra information in the target language, but does not change the message from the source language. And definition of Gendang Bele. Gendang Bele is a dance and music performance from Lombok Island, Indonesia. The name Gendang Bele is a Sasak language term which means big drum or big gendang. For the example sentence in Bima language, Gendang Bele is the tarian ma paling terkenal le Lombok. Te kagara kaina gendang bele ba karena niki penari naka empa mena na genda hai nai.
English to Bima. For example of sentence, in the old time, this dance of performed to say goodbye to the soldiers who went the battlefields and also to welcome those soldiers when they returned. Nowadays, this dance is performed to welcome important visitors. Difficulty in the determining which words are good and subtle in translating directly to English to Indonesia. Translation use: literal technique, application techniques, borrowing techniques, Google Translate. Pada waktu dulu, tari ini ditunjukkan untuk mengatakan selamat tinggal kepada tentara yang akan pergi ke medan perang dan juga menyambut mereka ketika mereka kembali. Sekarang tarian ini ditunjukkan untuk menyambut para tamu penting. Manual and faithful translation. Aiku zaman toina tarian ake biasanya di kampaa sebagai ungkapan selama lampa rala lewa diruubah tentara labu sebagai selama bulan Bali pada zaman ake tarian akine wauru waura di kempaan sebagai tanda selama mai dirasa diru madau ma mi bo mami bo. The next speaker is Ira. Okay, the next speaker will be me, and I'm going to move Bima to English so that we use songs. So the song's entitled Lopi Pengen. Okay, this is the example of Lopi Pengen songs. For example, Lele Lopi, ay Lopi Pengen, nawa ura lelo para tonda kaleli. So if we translate it into Indonesian, it will be nasib-nasib perahuku, wahai perahu tua, kini telah hancur karena telah diinjak dan tak terawat. So what is the difficulties? So the difficulties is that difficult in finding translation of traditional words. Sometimes the words suitable and not suitable to be interpreted. So then what techniques that we use? So first is literal technique, and second application techniques, and the last one is borrowing techniques. So how then we translate the Lopi Pengen songs into English? It will be Lele Lopi, ay Lopi Pengen. It will be the fate of the boat, ay Lopi Pengen, o old boat, and Nawa Ura Lelo. It will be now destroyed, and para tonda kaleli, it will be because it has been stepped on and not maintained. Okay.
Okay, so right now is the English to Bima, and the difficulties that we face in matching sentence based on the provisions of the grammar and traditional language that are commonly used, and the technique we use, the literal technique, amplification technique, borrowing technique. And this is the translation. So what does it mean? What does it mean? It means aware, to have a companion and brother-in-law, means the dola porawa, and then the wreck boat is Lopiku Malaya, and when my heart hurts, Balapi Adeku Mala. And so technique use, literal technique. So the technique that I was mentioning before, so I'm gonna explain about that. So literal technique is that the literal technique of translating word for word. Although there are also omission of a word from SL into TL, but the word from word translation is a very prominent. And then amplification technique is a translation technique by making it explicit or prefacing and information that it is implicated in SL in other words, adding information that is not a list. And borrowing technique are translation techniques that are carried out by borrowing words or expression.
The next speaker is me. Which one is better, using online translate, manual translate, and using method and technique? The first, we use online or Google Translate. If we use online translation, usually the sentences that are produced sometimes do not match the original sentence either from the language structure or grammar. The second, we have used the manual translate. If translate using manual translate, usually the sentence produced are in the accordance with the prevailing language structure. Although there are some words that difficult to translate. The last, we have used technique translate. It translate Using the technique will make it easier for the translator in the process of translating because there is already written everything and how, what needs to be edited or subtracted from the target language into the target language. So, in summary, we use Google Translate or dictionary just to find vocabulary that we don't know the meaning of, and you use manual translate so that the translate sentence we produce can be in accordance with clear. We use strategies to make it easier for us to make decisions about we should do in translating. We can conclude using the manual translate method and using technique is the best way besides using the Google Translate.
Rudy, sini dong. Okay, maybe that's all from our group. Thank you so much for watching these videos. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.